Hey guys, so I thought for this video I'd show you around my childhood neighborhood. Since recently I've had the opportunity to spend a lot of time here, I decided I'd give you a little tour of what my life used to be like. Here is my childhood home, or at least that's where it used to be. Now it's been torn down and it's an addition to the neighboring college. Somehow, the neighbor's house is still here, and so is the ledge my sister and I would climb and walk along as kids. We were pretty adventurous. Here is the route I take to get to school. It was only a block away, and eventually we were allowed to just walk on our own. Here's a beautiful plant. Definitely wasn't here before, but we'll appreciate it. And neither was this fence. This house is where I'd get barked at by a dog every time I'd pass by. It would always scare me a little bit. I thought I'd share some clips of what I saw behind the fence in these parts. I thought it was pretty beautiful, but I guess everything's gonna be gone soon. This is my elementary school. I think the most distinct memory I have from here is probably the scent of orange in the library. Further around the block, we have this parking lot my sister and I would bike in. And here is a store that I thought my dad used to go to fill up water gallons at. Turns out it's actually this one, also down the street, only a minute from my house. My dad would give us money sometimes to go buy some fresh bread from there. First chance at independence, I guess. Across the street, there was always this building that kind of just stood there, and eventually it was turned into a library. Across that, some homes I always felt belonged in storybooks. They look like enchanted cottages. Once every year, they turned the street into a local fair. They'd put Ferris wheels, rides. There'd be face paint, games, and little booths selling things. I loved it. This bit over here was actually something they built a few years before I left, so it was here before. And in 6th grade, I remember actually performing in a bell choir around Christmas time here. It was nice. This is where I go and spend a lot of time whenever I'm around here. It used to actually be a little concrete gas station. It was never in service for the whole time I ever saw it, but now it looks like they've turned it into a mini park, and there's lots of nature, and it lights up my heart, and it just makes me really happy that this exists. Here's the view I drew when I first came here. It was the first time I got to spend any time at the park. And with this, I actually wrote a little thing to go with it. I'm in this place I used to call home, back when the only world I knew was what lied within 2 blocks of home base, when my sister was my only friend, and the only hardship in life was finding something to do to distract myself from boredom until I went to sleep at night, with the television screen on. When I was most at peace and most safe, lying in my parents' bed asleep. It probably made me the most at ease that I had been in a while, just seeing everything again, feeling reminiscent, and the park's pretty calm in general. The gas station is now an art display. It looks like it's switched out every month or so, I like coming here every so often, and I love seeing how varied the art is that they pump through here. It's always inspiring and definitely entertaining to look at. Sometimes I just sit at the benches nearby and observe people or draw or read if I'm reading something in the company of all the nature around here. It makes me really happy and always feel peaceful. And while I was here getting some footage, I thought I'd just sit down and draw while I had the time. What's up, man? And I wanted to take a second to talk about how happy I am that I got the opportunity to explore my childhood. I'm a pretty sentimental person, and being back here really reminded me of all the simple days, and I jogged a lot of memories to all the little adventures I used to have with my sister and myself. There are a lot of little stories I'd like to share eventually about this time in my life. Most of them are funny, and I can look back on them and laugh. I can only hope that other people get to experience this too, at least at some point in their adulthood, especially if it brings back positive memories. It's priceless, in my opinion, to be able to experience, and I feel grateful for that. It's amazing how much things in life can change over a few years. Looking at your surroundings, lifestyle, mentality, and especially yourself. If I could, I think I'd want to go back, but for now, I'll just appreciate the reminder that even the most mundane things you experience could probably be fond memories that you look back on in a couple more years. You'll probably miss every bit of it, and it makes me appreciate everything a little more and reminds me not to take things for granted. Since you never know where life's gonna take you next, all you know is that now is only momentary. So find the good in it and appreciate every minute. Thank you for joining me through this experience, and I hope you guys have a good day today. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.